okay, you make a mistake or two. But he wasn't in there. It was T.J. Yates in there. Actually, no, that was the Texans. It was Andy Dalton. I was just bluffing right there.
Well, he lost to T.J. Yates, which is...
T.J., yeah, you lost it. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a great point, actually. I just thought that right out of my head. But T.J. Yates, you use a T.J. Yates, who I've never heard of before that wildcard game. That's just disappointing. And, you know, what Andy Dalton has done in the regular season is great. But like I said, if he can't transfer over to the playoffs, Tony Romo, thank you for bringing that up, Ian. You're not going to be a great quarterback. You're not going to be liked. You're not going to be respected for being that playoff guy. Peyton Manning for a while couldn't really do it right. And, you know, he's the league MVP, but he didn't win a ring. That's why Tom Brady had all the popularity and success, because he transferred that regular season success over to the playoffs and to win a few Super Bowl rings. And to make one more point before I transfer over to Robert for final thoughts, it was a CBS game, Ian, and it was Jim Nantz on the call right there.
That's it.
Perfect. Yeah. Just help me out there. Robert, the Deits man, final thoughts.
The final thoughts in this one, well, the Chargers go and play the Broncos and Peyton Manning. They beat in the regular season in Week 15 on the road. I want to make that point. On the road, 27-20. This is a team that's had success against the Denver Broncos. What were you saying, Steven? What was your
27-10. You were a little.
20.
You're 10 points off.
27. I thought it was 27.
27-10.
I thought it was 20.
It was 27-10. It was a Dre Gresham touchdown and a Mike Nugent field goal, and that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a 27-10. No, wait.
Yeah,
I said 27-20 in Week 15 against the Denver Broncos.
Oh, okay. High fives for everybody. Woo!
All right, well, going back to my point here. In Week 15, they did beat the Broncos, who they're going to be going against. Now, I think the Chargers have a good chance in beating the Denver Broncos. I know, Nick Rice, you have different opinions about that, but I think the Chargers can get it done. I predicted they would beat the Bengals. You said not. So I'm going to go with the nod and saying the Chargers beat the Broncos.
Yeah, let's actually make predictions before we go to commercial break. Let's start in the AFC. Let's just start on this game already. San Diego against Denver. San Diego's a 6 seed, I think?
Yes, it is a 6 seed.
So 6 against 1. It's kind of like the same thing in the NFC where 6 playing 1. So obviously the number 1 seed will have the advantage, but the Broncos already lost to the Chargers at home. Let's start with Robert. Actually, Robert already made his choice in the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Broncos. Having 2 weeks off and having Wes Welker be back, having Peyton Manning a little bit more healthy, having your running backs ready, that's pretty much all you really need to put up 50 points in the playoffs. Let's go to Nick on his prediction.
Chargers win and Keenan Allen becomes reminiscent of Jacoby Jones in the divisional round of the playoffs. Chargers. Chargers, go.
All right. And Ian, your prediction?
I think I'm going to have to go with Broncos. Just Wes Welker coming back, Peyton Manning being the veteran QB, and the season he's had, there's no way he can lose this game. Broncos roll big.
Yeah, Peyton Manning with 2 NFL records, 55 passing touchdowns, and the NFL passing yards record. Robert,
did that get pulled back or?
No, it didn't. The Ilias Sports Bureau, whatever that group is, they got it right and they kept the record. Robert, you have one more thing to say?
Hey, look, I said that to myself in the beginning. I don't think Peyton Manning's the one and done, but with the Chargers, I think he's one and done in the playoffs. Nick, do you agree with me on that?
Well, basically, San Diego's had Peyton Manning's number for basically the better part of a decade.
Oh, yeah.
Peyton Manning just has no idea how to beat any of the Paganos, either against Indianapolis or against San Diego. Ironically enough, if he moves on, those are the 2 coaches that he probably will be up against.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which is really unfortunate for Manning because he's so good. It's just he's had a real tough break.
Oh, yeah. His success against the Chargers is kind of like the one, doomed team to play. Like, oh, here we go again. But I don't think that's going to be the case. And I see the Broncos taking the win in Denver, the Mile High City, taking it to the AFC title game, not losing to the AFC divisional game like they did last year. Let's go to our next, the other AFC game. It's going to be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the New England Patriots. Let's start with Robert. What do you got?
This game is going to be really interesting. I think this is going to be one that Indianapolis takes away. I think Andrew Luck has got a lot of luck in him to win that one. And, I think the Colts I think their defense is better. I think they can just get this job done. I think this will still be close, so I think Luck throws the passing TD to win the game.
I'm pretty sure this is a rematch of one of last year's divisional games in the AFC. If I am wrong, please correct me. I think I'm right.
Well, the last time these two teams played, just for background, the Patriots beat the Colts in New England, which is what the scene is here for this divisional round. Final score is 59-24 Patriots.
I'm thinking that's a playoff game
last
now.
Year.
Yeah, now I definitely remember that. That was a victory for the Patriots. You said Colts.
I'm going with the Colts.
Luck. Well, that's true. You have the momentum going in Indy, with that huge win.
They're hot right now.
Yeah,
you can't count them out right now.
Yeah, that's. I've heard a lot of this. A lot of people say it's just not the best team that's going to win the Super Bowl. It's going to be the hottest team that wins the Super Bowl. And though Luck is one of the main guys, he's started this hot streak. The biggest, one of the biggest comebacks in NFL history. That ain't right, son. Patriots in the win with the win, and it's gonna be a blowout. In Foxborough, they're just unbeatable. I got the Patriots with the W in this one.
Tell me what did the Colts just do against the Chiefs?
They beat them. It doesn't matter.
They trailed 28 points.
Okay.
And they still came back.
For a good reason.
20. I'm pretty sure 28 is a number. I don't care. Patriots with the win. Nick, your prediction.
Come on, Nick.
I think the Patriots get the W.
What, Nick? Come on, dude. Help me out here.
Honestly, the biggest mismatch of the weekend is New England against Indianapolis. There is no way. I mean, the Colts are going to get run out of that stadium like a herd of cattle. That's just going to be terrible for the Colts. Bad matchup. I think New England and the Chargers in the AFC Championship.
Wow. And I have the Patriots and the Broncos in the AFC title game. Let's see. Not Nick. Ian, who do you got in this one?
I predicted a little bit ago for my final postseason predictions. Tom Brady would top Peyton Manning in the AFC Championship game. So, of course, I'm going with the New England Patriots. Tom Brady needs to spoil it one more time for Peyton Manning.
All right. So, for two of us, it's Patriots, Broncos. One of us, it's Chargers, Broncos, and one upsetting one, Chargers and Colts. That's just awful. That just sounds
because the Chargers can beat the Colts.
The
Chargers
sounds like
beat the Colts.
That sounds like 1982.
Hey, you know what?
That sounds like a 1982 NFC Championship game, an NFL Championship game. Because I don't know who played in it. How am I supposed to know? Because what? What's your grunt?
You know what, Nick? I wanted to tell you this. You didn't believe in the Chargers, and they made it. You didn't believe, and I did.
Wow.
Okay, maybe my prediction was closer. My prediction was closer to that Chiefs Colts game.
Oh, actually,
because I predicted a 28-point comeback too, huh? To be honest, dude, this has the smellings though of the Colts getting run out of the door. I mean, you honestly think they're gonna, after losing by 30 last year, that they're gonna come back and win it?
Yeah, I think they have a good shot. Why not? Okay, why not? They beat the Chiefs, and they came back from 28 points.
I'm gonna make one more point, and then we have to go to the NFC games to make our predictions.
And plus, the Patriots defense isn't even that good.
Oh my God, Robert!
I'm gonna keep on making this point. All you three are gonna rat on me. This whole show.
All right. Like we mentioned earlier, the Chargers having a great success rate against Peyton Manning. And sometimes on the road. Phillip Rivers, before his win on the road against the Bengals, his last playoff road win was against Manning when he was in Indianapolis back in 2007, a 28-24 win for the Chargers. So that's something to look back on from a long time ago, a good 7 years ago. So, that's a little stat that I like to point out. Maybe Phillip Rivers has a little more magic in him.
Yeah, why are you picking the Broncos?
Because the Broncos are too good.
They're not too good.
Okay, we need to move on. Our NFC divisional games. First, we'll have the Niners and the Panthers, and then we'll have the Saints and the Seahawks at the 12th-man stadium or CenturyLink, whatever, Ian.
So what's the first game, Steven?
I was
field anymore.
They got bought out.
Yeah, it's now the SAP Center in San Jose. It's not HB.
SAP.
Yeah, SAP.
SAP.
Okay, let's go to our first game. Let's go to our first.
What does the show become?
I don't even know anymore. We're just having fun here.
All right. First game, let's go with the Saints and the Seahawks because I know one person will make an easy decision.
Well, this is an easy decision. It's Seattle. They're at home. They're going against the Saints that struggle on the road. They got lucky. They got lucky to beat those Eagles. Those Eagles should not be having their heads down right now. They played such a great season. They just didn't know who they were in the beginning. And that was just luck for them. I think that the Saints are going to lose by a big margin to Seattle. I think that this defense will not stand against the running game against Marshawn Lynch, who's going to truck 5 people like he does in Madden 25.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's ridiculous. He's overrated. But I like to say, actually, before we get, before my prediction, I have something special. Nick, let's go to you. I know Ian's prediction. He'll just say it after Nick.
Yeah, reminiscent of the game during the regular season. Seahawks get it done. No contest, but the Saints will give them a good fight, given that they feel like they have a chance to win it.
Ian?
12th man, that's all you need in life. If you haven't experienced a 12th man, you haven't lived. I was there for the New Orleans game, and I tell you, there's no way anybody can come into Seattle and beat us. Seahawks all the way to the Super Bowl, kicking ass against the Saints.
Okay, so this is my prediction.
Is someone bleeping that out?
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna let this fly.
Yeah, well, it's Ian Martin.
Let's not get
the 12th man of our broadcast crew to censor that thing out.
All right, but I'd like to say 3 years ago, a very special moment happened for the Seahawks, and probably the beginning of
11 broken tackles.
Yes, thank you for killing that. But so you can hold my bleep. Seahawks just rampages. I don't even know if that's a word. Just destroys. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but they destroy the New Orleans Saints. I'll go as far as saying they'll win 45-10.
And I still remember that the Seahawks got in the playoffs with a losing record on top of it. 7-9. That's so bad. The NFC West was that bad.
Oh yeah.
Let's remember that.
Oh yeah.
Same with the AFC West. And look where these divisions are. It's the Broncos and the the Chargers, and then it's probably the Niners and the Seahawks in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, and then let's go to our
California teams, baby. Let's go.
So all 4 of us picked the Seahawks. Let's go to the second game, Niners and Panthers. This is probably one of the more interesting games in our divisional round. We're looking at blowouts or upsets. This is probably the most balanced game you'll see in this divisional playoffs this year. Let's go with Robert. What's your prediction?
Man, you're putting me in a tough spot. These are 2 great teams that the Niners only lost by 1. Let's just remember that. They only lost by 1. And
no Crabtree, no Davis.
Yes, let's remember that too. No Crabtree and no Davis, and they still try to bust a win out. I think the Niners win, but this is going to be a 17-10 game. And Cam Newton, I just think that, I don't think Cam Newton could get the job done at the end, even if it's in Carolina. So we'll see what happens there, but I think it's a 17-10 prediction. I think Colin Kaepernick gets it done.
For me, I'm going to say this is going to be the only overtime game in these playoffs. This is going to be a very close game.
That's a good prediction.
Yeah.
I would go the same way.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a very balanced game. Both teams run that pistol-style offense. Cam Newton and Colin Kaepernick very similar with their legs and their arms. This game will probably go to overtime. I won't be surprised if it does. And it probably will, and I'll do my score off there. Off overtime. I'm gonna go 31-24. The Niners will take the win. I feel like they'll have a lot of momentum going into overtime, and they'll probably win the coin toss. I don't know.
Why so high?
It's gonna be a high scoring game.
No, it's not. It was 10-9. Yeah, thank you, Ian.
It's it's going to be like 14-10 or some low score like
No,
I
that.
said
I say
17.
31-24. I feel like the defense is for the Niners. It can be a bad day for them because they're running this. They're going to be playing against the same offense they really run, that read option with D'Angelo Williams, who's one of the more underrated running backs, and with Cam Newton, he's just like a Colin Kaepernick.